"Sir, will you buy my bike?" The 6-year-old girl stood on the sidewalk, holding a cardboard sign that said, "For sale." Behind her, a pink bicycle with a white basket, her only toy. 4 Harley-Davidsons slowed to a stop. Iron Wolves MC, black vests, chrome bikes, hard faces that had seen too much. The smallest biker knelt before the child. Her name was Emma. Her hair was messy, her dress worn, her shoes barely holding together. And in her trembling voice, she said the words that would break 4 grown men. "Please, sir. Mommy hasn't eaten in 2 days." Behind her, under a tree in the distance, a woman slumped against the trunk. Pale, thin, wrapped in a blanket like a shroud. The biker's name was Cole. His brothers called him Wolf, but the nickname never fit. Beneath the tattoos and leather was a man who still believed, barely, that good could win. What he did next would destroy a CEO and save 2 lives. Cole's throat tightened as Emma clutched her sign tighter, eyes wide with desperate hope. "How much for the bike, sweetheart?" he asked softly. "Whatever you think is fair, sir. I need to buy food for Mommy." His brothers, Tank, Viper, and Mason, had stopped their engines. They stood like statues, watching this tiny girl try to sell her childhood for bread. Cole asked her gently what had happened. Between halting breaths and tiny tears, Emma told him everything. Her mother, Sarah, had worked at a local catering company. When they downsized, Sarah was among those fired. She'd pleaded with the owner, Mr. Morrison, the CEO who smiled on magazine covers and donated to charities for cameras, to keep her job just a few weeks longer so she could feed her daughter. "He said she was replaceable," Emma whispered. Since then, Sarah had been too weak to find new work. The bills piled up, the fridge emptied, and pride kept her from asking for help. So Emma had taken her only toy and decided to sell it. Something inside Cole snapped. Not pity. Rage. The kind born from seeing innocence crushed by greed. Without a word, he reached into his vest, pulled out his wallet, and placed a stack of bills in the little girl's trembling hand. "Keep the bike, kiddo," he murmured. "This is yours." Emma stared at the money, disbelief flooding her face. But the bike? "The bike is yours. The money is for your mama. Understand?" She nodded, tears streaming down her cheeks. "Now take me to her." Cole walked to the tree where Sarah sat. She looked up slowly, eyes filled with shame so deep it hurt to witness. "I'm sorry," Sarah whispered. "I'm so sorry my daughter had to beg." "She's not begging," Cole said quietly. "She's fighting. For you." Sarah's voice broke. "I used to work. I was good at my job. Then they fired me. Said I was replaceable. Just replaceable." She looked at her daughter, who was clutching the money like it was made of light. "I've been too weak to find new work, too proud to ask for charity. But I'm not too proud to watch my daughter starve." Her hands trembled. A mother's pride dies when her child goes hungry. Cole felt that snap inside him turn into something else, a cold, focused rage. "Who fired you?" "His name is Morrison, Daniel Morrison. He owns— I know who he is." Cole turned to his brothers. They'd heard everything. Tank's massive hands were clenched into fists. Viper's jaw was tight. Mason's eyes had gone dark. One look was all it took. They nodded. "Stay here," Cole told Sarah. "We'll be back." The engines roared to life. The Iron Wolves MC didn't use guns. They didn't need to. What they used that day was something more powerful. Truth. They tracked down Morrison's office, a tall glass building gleaming in the sunlight, a monument to arrogance. The 4 men walked in like thunder after lightning, boots echoing against marble floors. The receptionist froze. Cole's eyes found Morrison through the glass wall of his corner office. Gold watch, fake smile, hands that had never worked an honest day. "What is this?" Morrison scoffed as they entered, straightening his tie. "You can't just—" Cole placed the cardboard "for sale" sign on the CEO's pristine desk. "That," Cole said quietly, "is what your greed cost." For the first time, the polished businessman looked uncertain. Cole told him about the little girl, the mother starving under a tree, the pink bicycle worth more in love than all his cars combined. Morrison's face hardened. He leaned back in his chair, recovering his composure. "You think I care about one woman? One child? I fire people every week. That's business. If she can't handle it, that's not my problem." Tank, 6'5" and 280 pounds of controlled violence, moved forward. Cole stopped him with a raised hand. "You're right," Cole said, voice deadly calm. "It's not your problem. Yet." He pulled out his phone, showed Morrison a photo. Emma holding the "for sale" sign. Sarah slumped against the tree, barely alive. "I've already sent this to every news station in the state, with your name, your company, your face attached to it." Morrison's expression flickered. "By tomorrow morning," Cole continued, "the world will know that the CEO who donates to charity for tax fires single mothers, and lets their children starve on the streets. You're bluffing." "Am I?" "Try me. See what happens to your reputation, your investors, your magazine covers." The office went silent except for the hum of air conditioning. Morrison's hands shook. The gold watch suddenly looked cheap. "What? What do you want?" "I want you to fix what you broke." Morrison's face went from red to white in seconds. "This is blackmail." "This is accountability," Cole said. "Something you've never faced." He leaned forward, palms flat on the desk. "Sarah Morgan. Rehire her. With back pay for the 3 months you left her to starve. Then you're going to donate a year's worth of groceries to every family in need in this town. You're going to pay off hospital bills for single parents who can't afford them. And you're going to do it quietly, without cameras, without recognition. And if I refuse, then tomorrow morning, you won't have a company left to run." The threat hung in the air like smoke. Morrison's empire was built on image. One viral story about a starving child and dying mother would destroy everything he'd built. "Fine," he said through gritted teeth. "Fine." That night, the CEO who thought he was untouchable learned he wasn't. By sunset, groceries were delivered to families in need. Hospital bills paid. Sarah Morgan rehired with 3 months back pay and an apology he didn't mean but had to give. Not from kindness, from fear of the truth. When Cole and his brothers returned to that tree later that evening, Emma ran to them, her eyes wide with joy. Her mother, Sarah, stood, still weak, still pale, but smiling for the first time in weeks. The light caught her face, and Cole saw something there he hadn't expected. Hope. "I don't know how to thank you," Sarah said, voice shaking. "You saved our lives." "You don't owe us anything," Cole said. "Just promise you'll never give up." "I won't. I swear it." They shared bread that night. The bikers, the woman, and the little girl who'd tried to sell her bike. Not for toys, for love. Emma sat beside Cole, the pink bicycle gleaming in the sunset. "Mr. Wolf?" she said quietly. "Yeah, kiddo? When I grow up, I want to help people like you do." Cole smiled, the first real smile in years. "Then the world's going to be a better place." The sunset painted gold across the chrome, the grass, and the cardboard sign that now lay folded in Emma's lap. For a moment, the world didn't seem so broken anymore. If this story touched you, hit that like button and subscribe to The Last Riders for more stories where justice wins. Tell us in the comments, what would you have done in Cole's place? Sometimes one act of courage changes everything.